gon' ride your wave, do you a favor, yeah. I don't get you no reason, you know you need me.
What it do, Nooski crew? It's your girl Nooski and I'm back with another video.
I'm back. I'm back. You know that. I'm back. I'm back. You know that. I'm back. I'm back. You own it. I'm back. I'm back for sure that. Okay!
We're going over things that make traveling easier. Just a few tips that I have based on my personal experience. A lot of young people that haven't traveled yet may want to know these things. I know I was that age looking up travel tips and stuff like that, even if I wasn't going anywhere. So maybe this video will help you. If it doesn't help you, go watch another one, okay? If you can't get it from me, you can get it from somewhere else. Go ask the internet, okay? First, we're going to start off with like airport etiquette in general. I think the number one for me is arriving early. I suggest arriving at least 2 hours before your flight. It doesn't hurt to chill and just be safe to just get on your flight. Like, you don't have to go through nothing else. You don't have to go through TSA. You there. You probably have 32 hours to spare if you get there early. Then you can go eat. You can do things like that. Yeah, arrive 2 hours early. And I want to say check in the day before. As soon as you can check in, y'all. And I've learned this the hard way because I bought a ticket with 2 people on it and one person didn't end up coming. So I was checked in, but they weren't check-in. So my check-in wasn't valid. So I had to wait and check in. Mind you, my flight was at like 7:30. I got there at like 6:15. That's another red flag. It was jumping. And this was like during holiday season. So I thought, oh, I'm going to get there and it's going to be empty how it usually be.
No.
Never underestimate the airport. You never know, okay? First of all, number one thing, get your ticket by yourself because you never know what the next person's gonna do. That's number one. Number two, get there early, 2 hours at least. 3, you have 45 minutes before boarding to check in. So if you don't check in until like an hour before, you're gambling basically. You're gambling with your flight because you don't know how far you're gonna have to walk. You don't know if you got to take the train. You don't know how many people are going to be on the train. You don't know if you have to wait the next stop to get on the train. Like, you got to think about all this stuff. After that, I never play about the airport. I guess the second thing would be, like, have your check bag ready and prepared. I usually check my bag online prior to getting there so I don't have to go check it and stuff like that and add and pay and all that stuff. It'll go smoother if you just already have it checked. There is a 50-pound weight limit. I think if you go over 50 pounds, they start charging you extra. And that's domestic. International, y'all. When I was coming back from Paris, I had to pay $80 for my checked bag. $80, yeah.
$80.
That's 50 pounds. That's less than 50 pounds. Imagine going over 50 pounds coming back from Paris. And this is for my girls that fly on a budget that don't want to pay all that money for a bag, like for a check bag. Like, I get it. In my hometown, it's $35. In Paris, it was $80. Y'all better watch out for them international flights, okay? If you are an overpacker, I would suggest bringing a carry-on. Like, recently I did really good. I didn't even have to bring a carry-on. I just brought my big, like, tote. I would suggest weighing your luggage before you go. Even though you can weigh it there, you could definitely weigh it there, but I like to weigh mine before I go because who got time to be taking stuff out of their luggage? I'm only trying to find where to put it. That's just a lot. Put it on a regular scale, or you can put it on this scale that's specifically made for luggage. You can get one off Amazon. I'm sure you can find those anywhere. Just look it up, like luggage weigher or something like that. When it comes to carry-ons, going through TSA, you might be prolonged if you leave the wrong things in your carry-on. So I say no liquids. I don't pack small things. I do, but I don't. All my lotions and stuff, all that just goes into my check bag. And that's exactly why I always check a bag, because the first time I went through TSA with the carry-on, it was just too much. Like, mind you, this is my first time. This is back my first time. I checked all the things we can have. I thought I followed the rules, but I didn't. I genuinely don't even know what I did wrong. So after that point, I just I didn't pack anymore, like lotions, perfumes, all that stuff. That goes in my check bag. And that's just because I like to have my stuff with me. I know people go to their destinations and they buy stuff, or they just bring small stuff, but I just never know, okay? So that's why I always bring stuff in my check bag, because I don't have time for the guessing games and going to this store and gotta get this and that, and then like, what about when you go home? You're just gonna leave that stuff there? See, that's why I just don't understand But that's, everybody has their own system. Maybe I'll get there, maybe I won't, maybe I could, maybe I don't. I don't know. But yeah, just look up the rules and be very careful about what you put in your carry-on, because that can prolong you when going through TSA. You can get pulled to the side, but 10 other people can be getting pulled to the side. Now you gotta wait for them, and at the same time you're waiting to go on your flight. This is why you have to be there at a certain time, like at least 2 hours.
At least 2 hours.
At least, I'm at least.
Yeah, in my carry-ons, I usually just keep my headphones, my camera, lip gloss, lotion, hand sanitizer, my chargers, small things that you can need like every 30 minutes or so, I don't know. But always keep your charger, I always keep my camera, and I always keep my headphones. Hey, okay.
I'm out of here.
The third thing would be keep your ID, passport, or like plane ticket on you at all times, easily accessible. You can just pull it out. You're gonna need your ID a couple times until you get to the gate. Once you get to the gate, you really just need your ticket. It could be on your phone, it could be printed out, however you want to do it. Passport, that's a little tricky. You need that if you're going out of the if you're going out of the state, if you're going out of the country, you're gonna need that passport a few times, I ain't gonna lie. Just keep it all accessible, ready to go, okay? Yeah, you always want to keep that. Number 4, this gets more into like prepping and packing for the airport. Use packing cubes, right? So that way you can separate makeup from toiletries, from PJs, from undergarments, to perfume. I like to bring mini trash bags because you just never know. I like to bring all types of stuff. It can be easily accessible when you are at your destination and it's time to change, or you know, transition, yeah. Another thing when it comes to my bag and pack my bag, I leave an air tag in there. I put a good little air tag in my bag because after my fiasco, well no, this was before my fiasco, okay, they lied to me. They told me that my bags weren't there. My bags were there, but they weren't. And you want to know how I knew? It's because I had an air tag in my bag and I could see it moving in the middle of the ocean, and I'm still in Atlanta. So yeah, get an air tag and put it in your bag if you're an overthinker like me, even though I wasn't even overthinking. But that's when the IT outage and everything was going on, so who knows? Nobody knew nothing. Look, I don't want to get into them workers. When I went to Atlanta recently, I didn't even do really too much. I did use packing cubes when I went to Paris though. Number 5, I would say, is dress comfortably. If you're anything like me, you like to be comfortable. That means breathable leggings, breathable shorts, sweats, a hoodie, all the things. I even bring a blanket. You gotta bring a blanket. I always wear Crocs. I do be in the airport and seeing people that dress very like nicely and stuff like that. To each his own, like, do what you want to do, but I say dress comfortably, especially if you're traveling a long ways. You know, if you're traveling far, definitely put something breathable on. But it's different if you have plans as soon as you get off the plane. You know, it just all depends on what you're doing when you get off the plane. Say if I have something important to do when I got off the plane, I would dress as if I'm already ready for that. You're gonna be sitting for a long time. I still think an hour is pretty long, but an hour and a half or whatever is manageable when you want to just put jeans on or some type of fashionable items, you know. But for the most part, I see people dressing comfortably. I always wear my Crocs. For the first time recently, I wore some Air Max. We didn't really have plans to go straight to the Airbnb, even though that's kind of how it happened, but that was the vibes anyway. So yeah, and that blanket will take you a long way. I'm telling you, sitting in them chairs and waiting, and then you don't even know if your flight is gonna get delayed or not. Like, that's the crazy thing about airports. Like, you just really never know. A coin toss, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it's very real and it happens often. So number 6, I would say, is entertainment. Bring your headphones. It's something you must do so you can listen to your music. I suggest downloading some music. I suggest downloading entertainment on your phone. Like if you watch a certain series or you want to watch a certain movie, download it prior to going to the airport so you can have that ready to watch on your phone. They do have entertainment. Some planes, depending on where you're going, and I always fly Delta or American, and they usually have TVs. Not all the time though. They do provide headphones sometimes, because I think sometimes you must request, I don't know. because it's always different every time I'm on a plane. So that's why I just suggest that you have your own entertainment just in case. They do have music and games on the TVs. I like Beats headphones or headphones that cover your ears because your ears pop a lot when you're in the air and it's just loud like background noise. Even though you should be hearing what they say, you'll know because you'll either hear a ding or you'll see somebody in progress. Like it'll say something in progress or like speech in progress or something like that when somebody's talking. You could also bring a book. I brought a book with me when I went to Paris. I read a little bit. You can also bring a journal. You can take that time to reflect, do some journaling, read a book. That's still entertainment. It'll get you there to and from, okay? I'm gonna say my last thing is eating. Airport food is not cheap, okay? I think everything costs more in the airport, but there's so many options that you can choose from. You'll be fine. If you're really determined to look for where you really want to eat, I go to if you went Concourse C and your favorite food spot on Concourse E, go on to Concourse E. If you're on Concourse A and your favorite food is on Concourse C, go to Concourse. This is a tongue twister. Concourse C. But make sure time permits. Don't just be flying back and forth doing this, doing the third, doing this, that, and the third. And your flight in 10 minutes. Like, don't do that. Don't do that and y'all are boarding. Don't do that, okay? There's options all around. There's food stores, mini marts, all types of stuff. I'm sure if you forgot anything at home, it will be at the airport. Besides clothes, of course. Clothes and shoes and sunglasses and stuff. But the airport has everything. So if you left something, you can get it there. Depending on how long your flight is, you will have refreshments. A cookie, a little chip, a little something like that, some drinks, ginger ale or water or tea, or sometimes they don't even got soda because I'll be like, can I get a ginger ale? What you mean you got no ginger ale? But it's always different. Like, I've been on a plane so many times at this point, it's just always gonna change. But if you are going long distance, they give you meals. I know when I went to Paris, we got 2 meals. I think one was like rice and chicken and corn. That was pretty good. And I think another one was like an egg muffin. Yeah, so we had breakfast and lunch, or like dinner and breakfast, one of those. They feed you. You have all types of stuff. You can choose from wine, soda, juice, all types of stuff. Like, it really just depends on the flight and how long you're gonna be there and all that good stuff. Because I know one time they didn't even come by. I think it was like a short flight. They didn't even come by to give us no cookie or nothing. Like,
wow.
yeah, if anything, you can buy you something in the airport and you can take it on the plane. But I believe if you're on an international flight, I don't think that can come outside unless it's closed. Yeah, eat it before you get off the plane, man. In conclusion, that is the rest of this video. I hope you could take something from this. This was just based off my experience in the airport and what I had going on and how I maneuvered. Yeah. Thank you for watching the video. It was a pleasure making it for you. No, I'm playing, but I'm serious. Those are just travel tips to make my life easier in your life and traveling easier. I may or may not be back with more videos about traveling. I mean, it don't stop here. Unless the economy just keeps getting shitty, then you can count on me to travel for the rest of my life. So, I mean, you always learn something new. So, hey, learn something new every day. Yeah, that was just my quick video. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really do love y'all. Like, I'm so appreciative of y'all. Even though it's a small community right now, I'm just so thankful that people enjoy watching me and enjoy my energy in the videos. So, I am thankful and grateful to my real supporters. Even if you just watch and not like, it is what it is. Even if you don't watch it all the way through, you still took the time out your day to come see what I was talking about. So I appreciate that. And also, road to 1K. Hello. We finna do this now. I do want to start mixing my content into more formal videos. Still have my vlogs and things of the such, but I just don't want to be in a box, y'all. I want to expand and do all my ideas that I have for y'all, whether that's with a group setting, whether that's a vlog, whether it's a formal setting with just me and you, as in you as an audience, as in you as my subscriber, as in you as in like the video or whatever. But yeah, it's just gonna be all over the place. And if you want to stick with me, then stick with me. If you want to go up, we gonna go up. When we go down, we gonna be down. But at least we in it together, okay? I love you guys. Nooski crew. Oh.